Diamond Quest. Let me break it down for you. First things first is there are 3 quests that you are able to do. Each of these quests have a rare and an epic reward. This is considered quest number 1, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge. Those are the rare and epic rewards. This is considered quest number 2. 2 pipelines inside the rare, 85 overalls, and 2 epics inside the epic, 87 overalls. And this is considered quest number 3. The rare is Ballin' is a Habit packs, and the epics are 2 87 overall flashbacks. Before even doing any of the quests, you can see the reward breakdown. And what the reward breakdown is going to do is give you the initial, keyword, initial percentages of you getting the rare and or epic reward based on the stadium difficulty that you play on. So if we were to face the stadium instantly on quest 1 and face it on rookie difficulty, because there is a 100% underneath the rare reward, that means that we are guaranteed to get Juan Soto if and only if we beat the stadium, and a 75% chance, which the odds are greatly in our favor, to get Aaron Judge if and only if we beat the stadium. Keep in mind although, just because it is a 75% chance does not guarantee that we will get both. If we wanted a guarantee at getting both based on the initial percentages, then we would have to play on Legend and we would have to win on Legend as well. Now, entering any of these quests, I would highly suggest that you take your best squad build possible. I don't want you taking your best team affinity grind for PXP and stat missions or any other programs. I want you to take your best squad possible because every single game counts inside of here. Not only that, but I want you to be playing players at their primary positions. I don't want you playing players out of position because defense also matters as you get a ton of pitching moments within this. And keeping in mind that you get a ton of pitching moments, you want to make sure that your bullpen in particular, whoever you have as your closer, is actually the best pitcher that you perform with, not necessarily the highest overall. So if the best pitcher you perform with, for example, was Joe Kelly, then you would want to have Joe Kelly in the closer role instead of Jeff Hoffman. In any of these quests, you have the ability to back out at any point inside of the quest. So if we were to back out here, it's going to give us 4 options. Restart this quest, which means obviously start from scratch and enter the game mode instantly. Abandon the quest, which means you are forfeiting all the rewards and resetting but exiting the game mode. Save and select new quest. This is basically you're going to save the progress on quest 1 and either go and play quest 2 or 3. It does not mean that you can start a second save of the same quest. Or option number 4, which is the ability to back out and exit the game mode and go play whatever other game mode you have in mind. Now you might be asking yourself, why exactly would I go ahead and save my progress and exit Diamond Quest? Well, it's actually pretty simple. By doing this, you can then go ahead and press square, and without having to be next to a stadium, you can see either the increased percentages based on the moments you have defeated or showdowns you have defeated of the rewards, or the decreased percentages based on the moments you have either forfeited or not. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're about to get into it. So before even diving into the juices of it, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button or subscribe button, notification bell. We stream daily on Twitch, and check out the description for more. So we're starting it off with the dice roll. You can either get a lucky 6 or an unlucky 1. Anything in between does not affect perks. Now, if you get a lucky 6, you get a positive perk. This positive perk benefits you for the rest of the map's lifespan, meaning either until you forfeit the map, lose a stadium, or win the stadiums. If you get an unlucky, you get a negative perk. This perk only lasts 1 game, so it doesn't matter if it's a moment, a mini showdown, or a stadium game. It only lasts 1 game, but you do have the ability to stack up negative perks. So if you get really unlucky, you might be entering a stadium game, moment, or showdown where you have multiple negative perks going against you, but most of the times the perks don't greatly affect your gameplay. Now inside of the map, there is something called a sweeper, which is this angry baseball. And the angry baseball, you must play the game on legend difficulty. If you win, you get a positive perk and 5 standard packs. If you lose, you get 2 negative perks added to you. Now, the 50% of your peanuts loss is not one that's going to last a game. It's just going to happen automatically. So if you have a substantial amount of peanuts, that is going to be something that prevents you from going into the coach's cart, which we will get into. On every single quest map, the sweeper follows a specific path and it can be 100% avoidable. I would go out of my way to avoid it just based on the fact that if you want to be super time efficient, that 3-inning game on legend is usually a lot more stressful than it is beneficial for just 5 standard packs. And then the perk is nice, but the perk shouldn't be what leads you to beating the stadiums at the end of the day. So I would just go ahead and avoid it at all costs. Before I jump into this is a map where I have discovered every single space thus far. So you roll your dice, and based on the number you get a certain amount of moves. When you move into these mystery spaces, which will not be grayed out, instead they will be fresh green, there is an opportunity to not have anything affect your gameplay at all, but there is also opportunities to get this question mark right here, which is a mystery space that can either have positive perks, negative perks, or peanuts. There is an opportunity to get this skull icon, which is basically a mini showdown. You have 12 outs and you need to score 3 runs against one of the pitchers, whether it's Roger Clemens, Ubaldo Jimenez, Fernando Valenzuela, and there are probably a couple more that I haven't faced just yet. And then wherever you see a VS, that means that you are playing a moment specific game. It could be save the game, strike out 1 batter, get 2 hits as player locked. You guys get my point. Now, none of these spaces are rediscoverable except for the coach's cart. Meaning, if I discovered peanuts here, I can't roll the dice, step here, and then step back on it to try to rediscover the peanuts. And the same thing goes for the mini showdown bosses and any of the moments. As you can see, I went back on it and I wasn't able to. So you have to continue rolling in order to continue moving, and the only icon on the map that you can re-enter is going to be the coach's cart. Inside of coach's cart, there are going to be 3 sellable perks. One is going to be worth 125 peanuts, the other one 450 peanuts, and then the last one is 1000 peanuts. There is a big possibility that you get to coach's cart and you don't have enough peanuts to go ahead and buy the final one. There is also the possibility, as I will back out of this diamond quest, that you do the entire map and coach's cart never appears. For example, if we enter into this diamond quest map where I am about to face the stadium, if you look at the map and all the grayed out spaces, there is no coach's cart. So there is an opportunity that you get the peanuts from the mystery spaces for no reason and never end up seeing him to go ahead and get yourself bonus perks. Now let's discuss why playing the moments and the mini showdowns are important to do instead of forfeiting. I'm going to roll the dice on this fresh map where we went ahead and rolled a 6, so we get a positive perk. We have a challenge ahead. In the bottom, you will see that if you win this challenge, you increase the chance of a rare and epic reward by 1%, and you have a possibility of increasing it by 5%. As you play the quest 2 and quest 3, the percentage is 3 to 6 instead of 1 to 5. But if you decide to forfeit, meaning not enter the opponent's challenge, then you will get a reduction to the chances of you obtaining those rewards per difficulty. So it is important to go ahead and enter every single showdown boss game and enter every single moment. If you lose, you do not get penalized, but if you do go ahead and forfeit, you do get penalized. So play every single one and play every single one to win. And just to show you guys an example of this, I went ahead on quest number 3 in that map I showed not too long ago, and I forfeited every single moment and mini boss showdown available, and that left me at a 10% chance to get the rare reward on GOAT difficulty. So clearly there is no point of me even facing the stadium, as the percentage is not even in my favor. But I want to show you something else. You do have the ability to back out of a stadium and go ahead and readjust your lineup. So this is something that I would highly suggest for everyone to do, because you can play, once you're facing a stadium game, the player's out of position, since the only thing you're doing is hitting. Now the downside to this is that unfortunately, in order to play the stadium game, if you do decide to back out, you would have to re-roll the dice. Hopefully you don't get a 1. You would have to go back to the previous space before the stadium, and then you would have to go ahead and enter back into the stadium in order to face that game. So if you don't want to take the chance and you're comfortable with your lineup, just face it. If you're not, back out, but then you take the chance of getting a negative perk. And on this one, since we forfeited every single opportunity, we went ahead and had stacked negative perks against us. Our quest number 2, although, is much different than our quest number 3. We went ahead and tried to beat every single moment and mini showdown boss that we had the opportunity of facing. And as you can see, the percentage based of us getting the rare and epic reward has greatly increased. If we were to face each stadium on GOAT difficulty, we would be guaranteed the rare round reward and we would be guaranteed the epic reward. But that means in order to get all 4 cards, we would have to beat each stadium on GOAT difficulty in order to guarantee it. If we were to face each of the stadiums on Legend, we'd have a 100% chance to get both rare cards and a 76% chance per stadium game to get either Noah Schultz or Travis Bazana. So a stadium is dedicated to one of the 2 epic cards, so you can't get the same one. One stadium is going to be dedicated to Noah, the other stadium is going to be dedicated to Travis. So you can pick your poison. If you're not someone that's comfortable on playing on the higher difficulties, you can go ahead and try to beat every single mini moment and every single mini showdown boss and up the chances of your stadium difficulty to a point where you feel comfortable enough to give yourself a 50% chance at obtaining those rewards. And that, to be honest, is all Diamond Quest is about. Brand new game mode to MLB The Show, and a very fun game mode, if I must admit, that I'm enjoying playing. If you do want to catch it in action, we will be streaming on Twitch, where you can go ahead and watch us strategically move around the map, win the moments, win the showdown bosses, and then take over the stadiums. If you did end up enjoying today's content, hit that like button or subscribe button, notification bell. Check out the description for links to the Twitch as well as other social medias. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.